Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Fred. Okay, so like I said the other time, I'm going to attempt this question number 3 of the just concluded GCE. Like I told you in the last video, that is an examination that is meant for out of school, supposed out of school candidates. Okay, so in our last video I treated this question, so if you want to see the solution to this question, you can go check it out. Now I'm going to treat this one. Now I have done something like this before on my channel, so if you go to development, just go to what is it called now, the playlist, and click on development. You will see this something like this, but the only difference is that the one I did, it wasn't truncated, all right, but it truncated this one. So if you you might want to go see that video first so you can have a full grasp of what's going to take place here. Okay, so they are similar except for the fact that this time around they truncated the cone. Now this is an oblique cone, it's not a normal cone. We have a right cone and we have an oblique cone. Okay, so this is an oblique cone, it's not a right cone. All right, so I'll just go straight to the solution. Okay, so the question says the sketch in figure 3 shows the elevation of a truncated oblique cone with cutting plane PP. So this is it. This is the initial or the supposed complete oblique cone, but has been truncated. I mean, this part has been cut off, leaving this part frustum. Okay, so this is the part through which it is what? The cutting plane. All right, so now the question says draw full size the given view. So we're going to reproduce this view plan. Now we're going to draw the plan, and take note, we're going to draw the complete plan, okay, the truncated plan, and finally surface development of cone using TT as a scene. So this is the scene. We're going to develop the whole of this. All right, so let's go straight to the point. All right, okay, so let me tell you what I did. So first of all, I drew a line like this, thin line down. When I was done drawing this line, I dropped a perpendicular using my set square. So I arranged my set square with this line. Ensure you can either use it in this form, ensure this is aligning, or you use this. Okay, and I dropped a perpendicular line to this line. So what I did was I extended the line with a ruler. So when I was done, we were told that the height is 80, so I measured 80 here with my ruler. Okay, and that gave me 80, right? So we were told that this distance is 25, so I measured 25 here. This is 25, 2.5. okay, so we're told that the diameter here is 70. Okay, so where I stopped 25 here, place my ruler there 0, and I measure 70, and I dotted it. So I have from here to here 25, and from here to here 70. So I connected here to where I had 80 here with a thin line, here with a thin line. Okay, all right, so what I'm going to do next now is I'm going to locate this, the sectioned part. Okay, so we're told that the distance here is what? Is 30. So I've already measured 30 here, so this is 30 from here to here, 30. So I'm going to transfer lines. So align your set square like this, and transfer lines here, and just draw a thin line to touch this edge here. Okay, you can extend it a little bit if you like. Okay, so I'm just looking for this point which I've gotten. So we're told that the angle here is what? 30 degrees. So you could use your 30 degree set square. Okay, all right, 30 degrees set square. Okay, all right. Okay, for the sake of those who may not really understand using a 30 degree set square, let me show two methods so you can use anyone that is convenient. So you position this your protractor like this on this point. Make sure this point is corresponding with this point, and make sure this last line here is corresponding with this, what is aligning with this line. So this point is here, so this is 0, 10, 20, 30. So this is 30, so just dot 30. So remember, this is 30. Then all you need to do is connect this 30. You may not necessarily draw the line from here, so but I just want to connect it with this point here. Okay, but this is where I have to focus on. Just this is it. I hope that's clear. Remember, I'm drawing it, but I'm not drawing it all the way to this point because I don't really need it. I just needed to just connect it to this point and draw. So that's one method. Another method you can use is you can use this. So if you know this part is 60 and this is 30, so you can use the 30 part. If you align it like this, okay, if you align this part with this line here, you could draw. So you can see it's the same thing, and draw your line. So all you have to do is look for the way to transfer it. So if I'm aligning it this way, okay, and I put my ruler here, all right, and I hold it, I could actually move it and transfer lines here, okay, if properly placed. So I'll just draw that. Okay, so that's for that. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to draw the thick outline of the visible part of the truncated cone. Remember, it's an oblique cone. Okay, so that's it. All right, make it thick. Now remember the base is 70. Okay, the diameter here from here to here is 70. So half of 70 is 35. That's 3.5. So you're going to do this. You're going to draw either a full circle or a semicircle, but we're going to draw a semicircle. It's just enough. We don't need a full circle. Now it shows the round bottom of this oblique cone. It's round, okay? So a semicircle is just enough. So we're going to needle this here. Stretch. Remember I measured 35 here at the center. So note 35, needle there, stretch to the edge, and draw a thin semicircle here. All right. Then transfer. We're going to divide that circle into six equal parts. It's supposed to be 12 equal parts, but since it is semicircle, 6 is just enough. Now align your set square like this, and drop a straight vertical line on the center there, here. Okay, just draw a line down. We're going to make use of this line much more later. Thin line. Now remember, I use this radius. Here to draw this circle, okay? So I want to divide it into what? 6 equal parts. So with this same radius, do not alter it. You needle here, cut the arc there and there. With this same radius, do not alter it. You needle here, you cut here, and you needle here, and you cut here. Right? So call it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now transfer lines. Now I'm going to transfer the lines I'm transferring. I will transfer it all the way down because I'm going to make use of them later. You see the reason why I said so. Oh, okay, don't worry, let me just do transfer the lines there. I will extend them later so you don't get confused. All right, so transfer lines to this point here to touch the base. Do not exceed the base. From 4, and finally so that's it. All right. Okay, so now we're going to connect all of this point to the apex. All of this includes the center line. We're going to connect them to the apex. Okay, so that's it. Now you discover that these lines, they are thin lines and they are cutting through the surface. Okay, take note of that. Now let's call this okay, let me call this B. All right, the top here, the apex there, let me call it B. Now remember, these are TT. Don't forget the seam. This is TT, the seam. All right, okay, take note of that. All right, so the first thing I'm going to draw, so this is we've answered question 1. All right, that is given view. We've drawn it. So the plan, let us draw the plan first. All right, so now you know definitely the plan will be a circular base, okay, with an opening because it was truncated. So you see an opening here. All right, so let us first draw the circular base, and because it's an oblique, is sloping. Now go see the first video I did on a truncated an oblique cone, development of an oblique cone, the one that's not truncated. Okay, when you watch that video and come back here, you'll be able to understand what I'm about to do. Okay, so with the same radius of the base, which is 3.5, okay, because it's 70, so I will use it to draw the plan, right? So just needle along this line that you have, any point of your choice, needle there, and draw a circle. Thin lines for now, we're going to make it thick later. All right, so extend this. Good. So we're going to divide this circle into 12 equal parts. Okay, also all you have to do is drop a perpendicular here, all right, and divide it into 12. Now I want to skip all of those parts so to keep this video short. Okay, so I've done that, divided into 12. So I extended this line until it touches this line here. So you see this apex here, B, sorry, see this apex here, B. Okay, this is it here. So this cone is sloping up like this. So this is B. So but I called it B prime. You understand, right? Because it's the plan. All right. Now you see I wanted to extend this line the other time, draw them down, but I told you I wasn't going to do that because I don't want to confuse you. So this is what I meant. So you can see that they are corresponding. If I draw this one down, you can see it's corresponding with this one here. Can you see it? All right, and also this. But I'm not going to draw it all the way down because I don't want to crowd the whole drawing with lines. Okay, so this will just go down that way. See, so they are all corresponding. All right, and on this as well, and finally this for the base. Okay, so you see this is 3, so that means this point and this point they are 3 as well. So 3 3, this is 2. Okay, so this is going to be 2 and this is going to be 2. I hope that's clear. 2, this is 1 1 1, and this is 0. This is 6, so this gives you 6. This is 5 5 5. Remember, it's continuing like that. They are connecting. So this is 4, and this should also be what? 4. I hope that's clear. All right, so what you're going to do with thin lines, I'm going to connect 1 to the apex here, 2 to the apex, just like we connected 0 to the apex, 1 to the apex. Remember, if this is 1, there's 1 at the other side, but we are not showing it. Okay, we are not showing it because we only drew half a circle. So there is 1 here, then there is a corresponding 1 at the other side, which we cannot see there. So 2, also there's another 2, but on the plan you can see both of them, 1 here on the other side, 2 here, 2 on the other side. So I'm going to also connect, do the same thing here, connect 1 to the apex, 2 to the apex, 3 to the apex, 4 5, 6 has already been connected, 5 and so on. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so I've done that. Now in the process of joining them, I've discovered that 1 and 3, they are going through the same line, so don't worry about that. All right, so that's it. Now what I'm going to do next is I am going to, this is a sliced or a truncated surface. Okay, this part has been cut off. All right, so you're going to see a kind of an elliptical surface on the plan, okay, because of this part that has been cut off. So what I'm going to do is align your set square. Now do not forget, if this is 0, this is also 0. All right, this is 1, this is also 1, 2 3 4 5 and 6. Don't forget all of that. Okay, so I'm going to transfer each. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to match points. So if this is 0 now, I'm going to transfer this line, this vertical line, to each of these points down. So but I will match them with each of the corresponding lines here. So let me start with 0 to tell you what I mean. Okay, so transfer to 0. This is the point 0. So as I'm drawing it down, I only focus on line 0. So this line here is line 0. So I will stop there. So thin line to 0. Okay, so this is the point here. All right, so you take note of that point. Okay, so I'm going to transfer to the rest. This one is 1. Let me realign that. 1. Sorry, I'm having issues with positioning this properly. Let me do that again. Okay, so this is 1. Remember, this is 1. Don't forget, this is 1. So as I'm coming down, I will cut. This is line 1, and this is another line 1 at the bottom. I hope that's clear. Okay, so draw it down into cut. I'm going to indicate it later, so let me just move 2. I'm going to draw it down to cut 2 and 2. I just want to draw all of them. We get back to the dot later. Okay, 3, 4, 4. Just transfer to all the points. 5, 5, and 6. Very close. And 6. Okay. All right. So let's trace now. Now this is 0. I have dotted it here. Now this next one is 1. So as I'm coming down, as you can see, this is 1. Okay, so I needed to zoom in so you could see clearly. Alright, so this is 0. Now this is line 0. As you can see, line 0. Okay, so this 0 is intersecting this line 0 here. Now this 1. Now this is line 1. Can you see it? Let me put this properly. So this is coming from 1. This is line 1, and this is 1. You can see they're intersecting here. So I have this point, and I have, don't forget, this is 1, right? So still on this line 1, they're intersecting here. Then let's go to 2. You see this line 2. So where is 2? This is my 2. Okay, so 2 is coming down here, and the corresponding point at the bottom here, 2. So the next one is 3. So this is my line 3. Okay, so I'll trace 3 down. They're intersecting here, and I continue to line 3. So this is 3 here, so and so on and so forth. So 4. So coming down, this is line 4, intersecting here, and this is line 4, still on this same line. Then 5. This is line 5 here, and this is line 5 here, and the last one, which is 6. So you connect this using a French curve or a flexible curve or a broomstick. Connect this part. All right, so that's it. Now we're going to draw the visible part. Okay, now at this point where this thing makes a turning, remember, you won't be able to see this bottom. I'm talking about this circular base now. This other part you won't be able to see. Why? Because it's an oblique, so it's obstructing part of it. So the arc from this point down to this point will be what? Broken line, that is hidden details. But this other one here will be what? Visible outline. So ensure to draw this visible outline up to 2, I guess. Yes, so visible outline. All right, then as you're going through this part, change the lines to hidden details, that's broken arcs. Right. All right, so that's it. I hope that's clear. Then when you're done, do not forget to connect this with a thick line. That should be 2. Connect it to a thick line and connect this point here 2 with a thick line. Then one more thing, because this surface is sliced, truncated, okay, you will have to hatch the surface to indicate that the surface has been what? Hashed. Truncated. So you could use your 45-degree set square to do that. What I usually do in this case, I would draw a first. Remember, your hatch line should be thick lines. They are thin lines. Don't draw thick lines. Okay, so draw. Okay, so what I usually do here is, once I get only 2, that is enough for me. I could use it to get approximate parallel lines, approximate equal spacing. Okay, so I'll just do the whole of that. Okay, so that's it. We've answered question number 2, the plan. So this is the plan. So what we're going to do next is to draw the surface development. Okay, now to draw the first surface development, there's something you need to do. You need the true length, okay, of this cone. You're going to need the true length to be able to draw the development. All right. Okay, now take note. Remember, this is not what a right cone. This is an oblique cone. So what I mean is the distance from here, for example, to this base is not the same as the distance from here to this base. It's not the same as from here to here. It's not the same as from here to here, and so on and so forth. So it varies. If we are assuming that this is a complete oblique cone, you understand? All right, so take note of that so you don't make some mistakes. All right, so how do we do? We're going to move this point to this other side to bring out the true length. Now take note. So I'm going to needle my pair of compass here and stretch to, remember this is what? 0. I'll stretch to 0. Okay, and I'll draw an arc and transfer this point to this side. So for clarity purpose, I'm just going to draw the arc so that you will know how I came about it. So I'll just draw an arc from here to here. So let me call this 0 prime. Okay, this is 0, this becomes 0 prime. Now you needle on this same center. Do not stretch. Now this is 1, right? Do not stretch to 1. No, this is wrong. Like I told you, this is an oblique cone. So if you are stretching to this point and drawing to this other side, and you stretch to this one here, you draw to this other side, you are virtually transferring the same distances on your left to your right. So it doesn't make any difference. You understand? So that's an error. Don't do that. So what you do is needle here, stretch to this one here, because this is the real circle. Do you get? This is just, you're not seeing the real circle here, you're seeing it as a line. So you stretch to this one here, okay, and draw. Okay, so this becomes your 1 prime. Now if you check, you discover that the distance from here, this is 1. Distance from here, 0 to 1, is different. So this is the true length you are transferring. So repeat for the other ones. You needle here, you stretch to 2, this 2 here, this 2 here, not where it cuts the base, no. So you draw an arc. That's for 2. So I'm just going to do it for the rest. You stretch to 3. 3. You draw an arc. Just pick them up like that. Then you stretch to 4. You draw an arc until it touches this line. Then you stretch to 5. Remember, on the circumference of the base circle. So that's why, sorry, it's entering my plan. I should have given a space. And finally to the last one, which is 6 here. And so I will just assume that I'm drawing it because I don't want it to obstruct my plan. Okay, so that's it. So this is 1 prime. This is going to be 2 prime, 3 prime, 4 prime, 5 prime, and 6 prime. All right. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to join this apex, just like I joined this apex to this base. I'm going to join this apex to 0, to 1, to 2, to 3, to 4, to 5, and to 6. Right? So let me do that off recording. Okay, so I'm done drawing all the lines to each of these primes. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to look for this, because I'm going to use this later as well. These corresponding points of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, I'm going to locate the corresponding point on this side. So how am I going to do that? I'll transfer lines. Okay, so I've already transferred for this. Okay, so this one you can call it you can also call it 0 prime if you like, or let's just leave it like that for now. I'm going to assign an alphabet to it later. Let me do the transfer first. So align your set square. So I've already transferred 0. Okay, so this is the corresponding 0 here. So I'm going to transfer to 1, and I'll stop at 1 prime. Don't forget, 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, and so on. So this is stop at 1, this point here. For 2, draw a line, stop at 2 prime, this point here. 3, you draw, stop at 3 prime, this point here. 4, draw and stop at 4, this point here. 5, draw and stop at 5, this point. And finally 6, draw and stop at 6, this point. So let me just call them 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now let us draw the development. Okay, so what you do first is draw a vertical line. So I want to be sure I'm seeing this because I need it for the development. So and I also need you to see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line. Just draw a vertical line like this, thin line, like this. All right, now you see this point B, okay, and we're just going to locate it anywhere and call it B. So let me say this is my I want to be sure that at the end of the day this thing is not obstructing. Hold on, let me shift this line to the right. Okay, so this is my B. Let me just say this is my B. Okay, this is my B. So call this point B, this point here. Okay, maybe I should erase this so you don't get confused at the end of the day. Okay, so that's it. Now again, this base, you cannot, just like when you're developing a right cone, you know you have to needle somewhere here, you stretch and you just draw an arc. Okay, so once again it can't work that way. Why? Because it's an oblique cone. So you cannot just needle here, okay, you draw an arc, then you start drawing lines, you know, to meet the arc and develop. No, you'll be developing the wrong thing. All right, so what you do is you needle here on B. Like I said, you can check the other video I've done before. All right, stretch to 6 prime. See that? 6 prime. Then you needle here B. Okay, and draw an arc. I want to be sure you're seeing this. Hold on. Okay, so draw an arc here, short arc like that. Okay, this is what 6 prime. So this distance here, B to 6 prime, is what you've drawn here. Okay, so I don't really need that much of a long arc for 6 prime. Okay, I just need this point alone. So don't forget, this is 6 prime here. Okay, so now come over here, needle on B and stretch to what? 5 prime. Okay, so that's it. Needle on B, stretch to 5 prime. Then come over here, needle on B and draw an arc. Okay, that arc is for your what? Your 5 prime. Okay, then needle on B again and stretch to 4 prime. Okay, then you come over here, you needle here on B and draw another arc, a longer arc than the first one. Okay, this is your 4 prime. Then repeat the process, continue with the process rather. Needle on B, stretch to 3 prime. Come over here, you needle on B, you draw an arc for 3 prime. You see the arc is getting longer. Just continue drawing the arcs like that long. So this is my 3 prime. So I'm going to repeat all of that for 2 prime and 1 prime just to keep this video short. Okay, so that's it. All the way to 0 prime. Do not miss 0 prime. Okay, so what you're going to do is you take, you know, these divisions, they are all equal. All of these divisions here, they are equal. 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. Even on this plan, to 3 to 4 to 5, all of these divisions are equal. Just take one of them If you want to take it from this 2 to 3 is fine. Okay, or if you want to take it from here 2 to 3 is fine. They are all the same, like I told you, or 3 to 4, they are all the same. Just take one of them, that's all you need. So you come over here, all right, so you needle on 6, you cut the arc of 5 prime. Don't forget, I'm needling on 6 and I'm cutting the arc of 5. I hope that's clear, both on the left hand side and on the right hand side. All right, so I will now come over here and needle on this arc here that I've cut, okay, with same radius that I picked from here, and cut the next one. Okay, you come over here, you needle here and cut this arc. So you continue like that, you needle here, cut the arc, that's arc 3 prime now. You needle here, you cut arc 3 prime. So you continue, you needle here, cut the next arc 2 prime. So let me just finish it up for this and I'll go to the left, so sorry, to the right. Cut 1 prime and you cut 0 prime. So you do the same thing here, cut 2 prime, cut 3 prime, and sorry, 1 prime and cut 0 prime. So you see all of these points here, all of this intersection, you're going to join them with what? With a French curve, a flexible curve, or a flexible broom stick. All of those points. Okay, meanwhile you have to join here with a thin line first. Join this one with a thin line and join this with a thin line. Okay, so I'm going to use my French curve to join this now, off recording. Okay, so that's it. Is where you stop. Now you remember how, you know how I got all of these points, right? Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to draw lines, okay, from B to each of these points here. So from B you draw thin lines to this point where you arced. Okay, you draw it for all of them. Okay, so I'm done with that. Okay, so for clarity purpose, you know these arcs 4 prime 3 prime, so I indicated them. So this 5 prime, so this 5 prime, this 4 prime, 3 prime, 2 prime, 1 prime, and 0 prime, and you can see this line connected to each of those points, right? Okay, so what you're going to do, remember it is truncated, so you're going to have the truncated part, you're going to have the profile, okay, somewhere there. So how do you get a profile? That's why I transfer these lines in the first place. So you come over here, needle on B, stretch to 1, sorry, to 0, okay, 0. I hope that's clear. You needle on B, you stretch to 0. Sorry, let me fix my ruler very well. Sorry, my pair of compass very well. Okay. All right. So having a little bit of challenge here. Okay, so that's it. B0. So you come here. Remember, this is 0. This is 0 prime. Like they are corresponding, 0 prime and 0. So you needle on B, you cut 0, and you come over here and you cut 0 as well. Line 0. Hope that's clear. Let me take this off. Alright, so you come over here, you needle on what? B, and stretch to 1. Right? Then you come over here, needle on B. Remember, this is line 1 and this is line 1. So cut line 1 and cut line 1. Then you come here again, you needle on B and you stretch to 2. I hope you can see that clearly. Stretch to 2. Okay. come over here. This is line 2. You cut it, and you cut line 2. So you repeat the same thing for the other ones. You stretch to 3, 4, 5, and 6, and you have all the points. Okay, so when you do that correctly, you will have the whole of this point. So get a flexible curve again, or French curve, and connect this part. Okay, so this is it. So you're done. Draw with thick line, draw this part with thick line as well, and this is your development. And, of course, this is your elevation, and this is the plan. So if you do all of this, you must have done justice to all the questions. So this is your TT, don't forget, this is your TT here. This is it here. That's the part they ask you to use as same. So this is the development. So if you're able to do this, you must have answered all the questions. So thank you for watching. If you have questions, do not hesitate to buzz me and send a DM. And also, if you're new here, I need to hit the subscribe button and also like these videos. Thank you for watching. I'll be doing justice to other questions as time goes on and as time permits. Thank you for watching. Do have a nice day. Bye.